we have been using this idea of average velocity. So for example, if I have an object that is accelerating uniformly, so this is uniform acceleration, then if this is u and that is v, you know that average velocity is how much? U plus v by 2. We can use this to find displacement. We have been doing that a lot. So we have been saying displacement is average velocity into time. And so we use this quite a bit. So for example, if I tell you that an object was moving at 5 meters per second with an acceleration of, let us say, 2 meters per second square for 6 seconds, you will say quickly AT. How much is AT? 12. 12 plus 5, 17. So final velocity, 17 meters per second. And then we would say average velocity is 5 plus 17 by 2. How much is that? 22 by 2, which is 11 meters per second. And so average velocity into time gives me the displacement of 66 meters. So we have been doing this. But there is a very cool thing you can do, and that really simplifies problems. Okay. If I took this and I wrote it in a slightly different way, you know v equals u plus at. Okay, so if I do v plus u, I can write u plus at by 2, which is u plus half at. Now you know this. This is how we derived s is equal to ut plus half at square. Correct? If I multiply this by t, I'll get ut plus half at square, that is s. But that is not the cool part. The cool part is you can write it like this: u plus a into t by 2. What have I done? I've taken the half and put it inside. So what is the big deal? Isn't it the same as that? Just taking a half inside and I'm calling it cool stuff. Let us think. What is this meaning? What is the meaning of this? U plus at. It is the velocity, instantaneous velocity after t seconds. T equals 0, t equals t. At time t, what is the velocity? U plus at. Time 3 seconds, what is the velocity? U plus a into 3. Time 2 seconds, what is the velocity? U plus a into 2. What is this? U plus a into t by 2. If I ask you what is the velocity at time t1, what will you say? U plus a t1. But isn't this like t1? So this is the velocity at half time. At time, we should basically call this time. I'm just using the symbol t. So let me just put a dash so that it's clear. At time t dash is t by 2. At that time, what is the velocity? U plus a t by 2. But that is the average velocity. So the instantaneous velocity at this instant, half time, is average velocity. Let me write it. It's a really, really important idea. So instantaneous velocity, and by the way, all this u, v, etc., everything that you have in every formula is instantaneous velocity. V square minus u square, instantaneous velocity. There are no formulas with average velocity, but instantaneous velocity at half, please notice this, it is half time, not half distance. At half time is equal to average velocity for the entire period. Very powerful. What does that tell you? Now this is 5, that is 17. Somewhere here you have a velocity which is instantaneous velocity of 11 meters per second. When will this become 11 meters per second? Exactly half time. 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Check. 3 seconds. 5 plus 2 times 3, 80 is 11. The instantaneous velocity is 11. The whole motion average velocity is 11. When will this be useful? Many problems. So what I will do is to show you how I can use this in a couple of problems. Keep in mind, instantaneous velocity is equal to average velocity at half time. Instantaneous velocity at half time is equal to average velocity for the full time period. So let us use this in 2 problems so that we get a very clear picture of how to use this in problem solving. So let us look at this question. So in this question, an object has been dropped from some height h. it's traveling down, and in the last 2 seconds of its motion, it has traveled 40 meters distance, right? It has fallen by 40 meters. G is of course 10 meters per second square, so that is given. Now, we did this problem earlier. In the previous lesson, we did this problem. How would we do this problem? You will say, let this time be t. This is t plus 2. You can say that in the first t seconds it would have traveled u into t plus half a t square. So you know 5t square because a is 10. So half a will be 5. So 5t square is equal to this distance, right? And t plus 2. So you will write it like this. You will say 5 into t plus 2 whole square, that distance, minus this part which is 5t square. What is this distance minus this distance? 40 meters. So you solve this, what will you get? You will get t. Once you have got t, you got this height, you know this is 40, so you can calculate the total height. Little bit extra work. But there is a very, very useful thing that we can do now using average velocity. What is the average velocity for this period? 40 by 2. So average velocity is 40 by 2, 20 meters per second. But I can't use average velocity anywhere. V equals u plus at is for instantaneous velocity. Now we know the trick. Average velocity happens somewhere here. What is the velocity here? 20 meters per second. But I know that this happens exactly half time. If it is half time, 2 seconds, half time, what is half of 2 seconds? 1 second. So that means this must be 1 second. But if it is 20 meters per second from here to there, it must take 2 seconds. Because 0 to 20, how much time? 2 seconds. 20 minus 0 divided by acceleration 10, assume downwards positive. So you get this is 2 seconds, but this is 1 second. So how much is this? 1 second. Is that okay? So you've got this is 1 second. Now if you got this 1 second, then you got this total time is 2 seconds. It has totally fallen for 3 seconds. Therefore, h is half, because ut is 0, so u is 0, half into a into 3 seconds square, 3 square, and so therefore 45 meters. One shot, in fact you can do this mentally. Is that clear? This came up in, for example, a NEET question, exactly the same question, I think. I don't know about remember the numbers, but the basic idea is that you've got 40, you've got 2. Usually people expect that you will calculate this distance, calculate that distance, subtract. Nothing. 40 to 20, 2 seconds, you know this is 1 second, so you know that is 1 second. 1 second plus this whole thing was 2 seconds, 3 seconds, done. Or you can say, I know this distance is 40. In 1 second, how much will it fall? Half into a into 1 square, because initial velocity is 0. So this is 5 meters. So if you know this is 5 meters and you know this is 40 meters, what is this whole thing? 45 meters. So is that clear? So using average velocity really simplifies problems. Let us try one more. So in this question, we have Indu, who is basically looking out of a window. The window's height is given, it's a tall window. Okay, so basically the whole height is 2 meters. So she can see whatever is just outside the window. And there is a ball that has been thrown. Okay, so Naveen throws this ball up. And this ball goes up. And it turns and comes back. And we know that Indu saw this for 0.4 seconds. So let us say that this is something that Indu is seeing for 0.4 seconds totally. Which means she would have seen for this part 0.2 seconds. And for that part, she would have seen it for 0.2 seconds. 0.4 seconds by 2. Okay. And we want to find out the height above the top of the window that the ball rises up to. We want to find out what this height is. Let us think. At this point, what is the velocity? 0 meters per second. What is this? 0.2. Okay, but the window height is 2, which means the average velocity for this period would be 2 divided by 0.2, which is how much? 10. So average velocity is 10 meters per second. Now somewhere here in the middle, the average velocity becomes 10 meters per second. Exactly when will that happen? It will happen at half time. So, but this was 0.2. The whole thing was 0.4, but this time plus that time was 0.4. This is 0.2. So that means this must be 0.1. This time from here to there is 0.1 seconds. But from 0 to 10, how much time will it take? 1 second. So that means from here till there, it is how much time? 1 second. But how much is this time? 0.1. So therefore, how much is this time? 0.9 seconds. So therefore, h is equal to ut, which we can ignore, half a into t square, 0.9 into 0.9. So this is basically 9 into 0.9, 8.1. So this is 8.1 by 2 is 4.05. Is that clear? So you can see that we can calculate this really, really easily. In fact, one step. We have not done anything. Otherwise, this problem would have taken us at least 4-5 steps. So this brilliant idea here is that you use the fact that you can calculate average velocity. Average velocity is the instantaneous velocity at half time. Very, very, very useful for problem solving.